Thank you very much, and I promise to be brief. I know you have an exciting day ahead of you, but I would hope you would give me your attention for a few moments, because I've had this unique opportunity, thank you to Jorge and to the Foundation, for the opportunity to speak to you at what I believe is an extraordinary moment in the history of our community. A lot has been written, and I see we're joined here today by members of the National Press Corps. I know they're not here to see me, but thanks for keeping your cameras on for a moment. Much has been talked about, an ongoing debate in the Cuban-American community. I want to be clear with each of you. I fully support the United States policies towards Cuba. I also fully support the rights of those to disagree, for example, on the travel issue. We live in a free society, and that's the difference between living in Miami and living in Havana. And I'm fully appreciative of that. But what I know is this, and this is what I hope you will report tonight when you write about the Cuban-American and community and you report on it. On the most fundamental and important issue of all, this community is as united as any ethnic community in this country. It is the indisputable and undeniable belief by everyone who desires the freedom and liberty of the Cuban people that the freedom and liberty and future of the Cuban people should never be negotiated with the illegitimate leaders of that country, Raul and Fidel Castro. They should never be, because it's not theirs to negotiate. And there's two reasons why. First, as Americans, if you believe in the Constitution as I do, the Constitution says that all people are created equal. Not all people born in the United States, all people in the world. And that their rights as human beings come from their Creator, not from a government, not from a president, and not from a leader. Those are inalienable rights that are given to you by God Himself. And it also says that the only power government can have is the power that people give them. The people of Cuba have never consented to the rule of Raul and Fidel Castro. And they are no more the legitimate leaders of that country than a home invader is the owner of your house. And the second thing I'd like to say before I conclude is this. What message would we send as a country to the world that looks to America as a beacon of hope? And let me tell you, that's what we are. They may not like things about us, but if you live in Miami, you interact with people from all over the world, and they will tell you they look to this country and they see the hope that one day they too can be free, that man can govern himself. And there is nothing promising about a message of the freest, greatest nation on earth accepting the legitimacy of a regime that has never had the consent of the people that it governs. It sends a horrifying message. It sends a message that we will fight for democracy and freedom unless you've been there 40-some-odd years. There is no statute of limitation on freedom. My concluding thought is this. One of the things I'm proudest of this community is the number of young Cuban Americans that are engaging in the political discourse of this country. It encourages me deeply. And I just ask you to remember who we are and where we came from. You are the sons and granddaughters of men and women that when they were your age, they had dreams and hopes for their future, just like you have right now. And destiny brought them here. Some achieved tremendous success, like Cubans have all over the world, succeeded economically in virtually every country over the last 50 years except for one, Cuba. But many met more modest success. They worked as mechanics and plumbers, carpenters, bartenders like my dad. They worked hard so that you and I can fulfill the dreams of our youth. They are the historic exiles, and they are often the subject of ridicule by national publications. They are the only ethnic group in America that it is politically correct to attack, and it's a shame and a travesty, because you haven't walked in their shoes, and you haven't lived their experience. And until you do, you can't fully understand what they have lived. And I hope that this generation of Cuban Americans, regardless of your political affiliation or persuasion, will honor them in everything we do. Always remember, we are the heirs to 2 generations of unfulfilled dreams. And no matter what title we achieve, what party we join, or what path we follow, we will always be the sons and daughters of exiles. And that is something I will always be proud of. Thank you.